I'm Andy Clark. Welcome back to Stuff and Nonsense. Over the past few videos, I've reviewed the websites of the UK's main political parties and discussed how effective I thought their designs were. I've included links to the other videos down in the description. Now, 2 weeks before the general election, out of nowhere, former Prime Minister Rishi Sunak told young people that he might take away their driving licences if they refused his national service. That was a surefire vote winner. Labour's Keir Starmer was following his Ming Var strategy of not doing or saying anything that might upset his lead in the polls. And Liberal Democrats leader Ed Davey had spent his campaign at theme parks, doing ever more daring stunts. But the person I was most impressed with was Carla Denyer, the teeny tiny confident co-leader of the Green Party. I'm not disparaging Carla's height, she actually is small, but her personality and passion are anything but. She's absolutely incredible. Young voters seem to like the Greens. Not enough for them to form a government, obviously, but enough to ultimately increase their seats from 1 to 4. Given their appeal to younger voters looking for a more radical agenda than the main parties were offering, I wondered if the Green Party website was as interesting. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. So I imagined what I'd make if Carla called Stuff and Nonsense. Well, what was up with the Green Party's design? Well, besides the poor typography, poorly laid out content, it wasn't obvious what the Green Party stood for. It didn't explain their policies well or why people should have voted for them. For that, a potential voter had to dig down 2 levels past a manifesto opening page that was filled with subdued stock shots, but not much else, before they were faced with an uninspiring and poorly typeset policy pages. How would I fix this? I'd start by working on their content, organising it into an obvious typographic and visual hierarchy. Then I'd develop a distinctive visual identity with a simplified colour palette, as their current design inexplicably includes not 1, not 2, but 5 different greens. I decided to replace their messy mix of greens with a new hue, backed by white and a dark base colour. Their current website uses full black, but instead I opted for a softer dark colour which reduces the contrast between inverted backgrounds and white text. The Greens designers chose to use a combination of 2 free-to-use fonts, Bebas Neue and Manrope, both available from Google Fonts. Bebas Neue is a condensed sans serif. It's a good typeface and one that I've experimented with several times, but it's never made it into one of my finished designs. I wanted a typeface that maintains Bebas's confident feel, but has more character and flexibility. In the end, I chose Barlow Condensed, which is also available from Google Fonts. Various weights, from the very lightest to the boldest and blackest, often influenced my choice of typeface. Whereas Bebas is available in only 1 weight, Barlow Condensed offers a wider variety of weights. One of my biggest problems with websites from all the parties battling that election, including the Greens, was that they didn't inspire people to vote for them by making their policies plain to see. The Greens voter journey started on their homepage, which didn't include even one of their policies. Someone needed to scroll past that ubiquitous full-width banner, almost as tall as Carla Denyer, past the introduction, past the latest news, and past not 1 but 2 slogan panels before they'd find a link to the manifesto. And once on the manifesto page, with its own full-width banner, and below a badly typeset introduction by the party's co-leader, is a grid that contains subdued stock shots and policy titles, which were links to individual policy pages. To reduce the number of pages a potential voter needs to navigate to see the party's policies, I selected 6 of their strongest policy areas and brought them to my transformed homepage. I also cherry-picked the most eye-catching facts, figures and statements for each area and typeset them using the new Barlow condensed typeface. The single green also lets me make more of my supersized numerals. Not everyone wants to be faced with long blocks of text, so to give people more information about a specific policy, I turned each policy promise into an anchor that opens a stylish new modal containing a little more detail plus a link to the full policy information. These modal windows could be a fabulous opportunity to introduce graphic elements, including charts and graphs, all styled to suit the Green Party's visual identity. Nothing communicates complex information as effectively as a graphic. So this imagined redesign could include more graphical elements, reinforcing the Green Party's messaging. Having said that not everyone wants to be faced with long blocks of text, there are situations when they're exactly what's required, and party policies sometimes need lengthy explanations which need careful handling to be easily understood. The Green Party's policies page include long lines of text with awkward paragraph spacing. They also lack supporting visual elements which help someone to understand the content quickly. To improve readability, I shortened the lines of text by narrowing the content column. Then I swapped a plain, unordered list for a grid layout before introducing graphical typography elements which make their content comprehensible at a glance. As I've said in each of my design transformations, this redesign is me imagining what I'd make if the Greens came calling. I've got no insight into their messaging or their strategy, and I haven't had to consider what may or may not be possible with the CMS. I don't have to answer to anyone if my assumptions are wrong. Still, I enjoyed spending time imagining. I'm really pleased with the outcome. Do you agree or disagree with how I reimagine the Green Party's website? Leave a comment down below. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified when the next one's available. You might also want to check out my quick takes design reviews, which will help you get on the road to a better website design. I've put another link down in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.